Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone's words seemed too good to be true, yet you couldn't shake off the nagging feeling that something was amiss? Perhaps you've crossed paths with someone who exudes charm effortlessly, but deep down, you sense a hidden agenda lurking beneath the surface. So let's dive into the murky waters of narcissism, uncovering the top 10 lies these manipulators spin. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation with someone who constantly deflects blame? Narcissists are adept at portraying themselves as victims. This manipulation tactic serves multiple purposes, allowing narcissists to evade responsibility for their actions while garnering sympathy and support from those around them. Targets are left questioning their own perceptions and experiences, doubting the validity of their feelings, and ultimately blaming themselves for the narcissist's behavior. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're made to feel like you're constantly in the wrong, even when deep down you know it's not true? Narcissists are adept at gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation aimed at distorting the truth and destabilizing their victim's sense of reality. By painting others as the source of conflict or dysfunction, they absolve themselves of responsibility and maintain their facade of perfection. "You're the problem, not me," is a common refrain used by narcissists to deflect blame onto others, making them questioning their own sanity and perceptions. Have you ever encountered someone who seems utterly convinced of their own superiority, dismissing any opposing viewpoints with an air of disdain? Narcissists harbor an unshakable belief in their own correctness, viewing alternative perspectives as inferior or irrelevant. "I'm always right" is not just a statement of confidence, but a fundamental aspect of their identity, a shield to protect fragile egos from the discomfort of doubt or introspection. By asserting that they are always right, they seek to silence opposing viewpoints and reinforce their own sense of authority. Have you ever met someone who acts like the rules don't apply to them? They believe they're better than everyone else and expect to be treated like royalty? This belief stems from a deep-seated sense of grandiosity, where narcissists view themselves as inherently better than others in various aspects of life. Whether it's intelligence, beauty, or talent, they believe they are entitled to admiration and deference from those around them. This entitlement often leads to a disregard for the feelings and boundaries of others. By positioning themselves as special and deserving of special treatment, narcissists manipulate the dynamics of relationships. One of the most common manipulative tactics employed by narcissists is the promise of change. "I'll change. Just give me another chance," they plead, appealing to the empathy and compassion of their victims. But beneath this facade of contrition lies a stark reality. True change is anathema to narcissists. Their promises are but empty words, crafted to manipulate emotions and maintain control over their victims. Narcissists are adept at feigning remorse and offering assurances of transformation when faced with consequences for their actions. They play on the hopes and desires of their victims, dangling the prospect of redemption like a carrot on a stick. However, their supposed willingness to change is merely a facade, a temporary guise to placate their victims and avoid accountability. Love bombing is a common manipulation tactic employed by narcissists to ensnare their victims in a web of deception and control. "I love you, but," they say. This phrase serves as a precursor to emotional manipulation, where affection quickly turns to cruelty, leaving victims bewildered and emotionally battered. Narcissists excel at showering their targets with lavish displays of affection and adoration, luring them into a false sense of security and intimacy. One of the subtle yet potent manipulation tactics used by narcissists is the assertion that nobody understands me like you do. This phrase, laden with emotional weight, serves as a tool to foster a sense of intimacy and dependency between the narcissist and their victim. It is a cunning ploy to isolate the victim from their support network, leaving them vulnerable to the narcissist's manipulation and control. Narcissists excel at cultivating a false sense of intimacy with their victims, making them feel special and irreplaceable. They prey on their target's need for validation and belonging, using flattery and manipulation to foster dependency. By asserting that nobody understands me like you do, narcissists create a bond of exclusivity, making the victim feel uniquely qualified to meet their emotional needs. Another manipulation tactic commonly employed by narcissists is the assertion, "I'll make you proud." These words, seemingly laden with sincerity and warmth, serve as a tool to elicit trust and admiration from their victims. However, beneath this veneer of promise lies a darker truth: the narcissist's relentless pursuit of their own agenda at the expense of others' well-being. Narcissists are adept at leveraging the desires and aspirations of their victims to further their own goals. By promising to make you proud, the victim is led to believe that their support and admiration are essential for the narcissist's success, thus ensuring their compliance and loyalty. A particularly insidious manipulation tactic employed by narcissists is the dismissive phrase, "It's just a joke, don't be so sensitive." This seemingly innocuous statement serves as a tool to belittle and invalidate the feelings and experiences of their victims. By framing hurtful comments or actions as jokes, they seek to downplay the impact of their behavior and absolve themselves of responsibility. Victims are left questioning their own reactions, doubting the validity of their feelings, and ultimately blaming themselves for being too sensitive. Victims are left feeling confused and isolated, unsure of who to trust or what to believe. One of the most coercive among the arsenal of manipulation tactics wielded by narcissists is the assertion, "You'll never find anyone better than me." This statement, dripping with arrogance and superiority, serves as a tool to instill fear and dependency in their victims. Behind this facade of confidence lies a calculated effort to maintain control and dominance over the victim's emotions and decisions. Narcissists excel at exploiting their victims' insecurities and fears, using them as leverage to maintain their grip on the relationship. By positioning themselves as the only viable option for the victim, narcissists create a dynamic of dependency and submission. The victim is led to believe that leaving the narcissist would result in a life of loneliness and misery, thus ensuring their continued compliance and loyalty. Now, how have you personally experienced or witnessed any of these narcissistic lies in your own life or relationships? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Hit subscribe, join our community, and together, let's illuminate the world with the brilliance of understanding. Until next time, remember to set healthy boundaries in your relationships.